Good evening, good evening. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another live edition of Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ, Jason Ingram. So, I hope everybody's had a good week so far. It's been quite an interesting week. A lot going on in pro wrestling and a lot to look forward to. So tonight, I'm going to talk some Stardom. Going to do some mini previews of two upcoming events, Stardom New Blood number 7 and Stardom Supreme Fight 2023. I'm also going to give a recap of the current standings of the Stardom Triangle Derby 1. We even have a team that's in danger of being mathematically eliminated. They're one loss away. And not only that, the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling Max Heart Tournament 3 kicked off as well, with the first round matchups and one second round matchup as well. There were a few teams that had buys into the next round. So go over the current standings of that tournament. Also going to talk AEW, going to talk WWE. Both promotions had some pretty interesting weeks. Pretty interesting weeks. So we got a good bit to talk about. And first off, we're gonna dive into World Wonder Ring Stardom. So first off, I want to go into the current standings of the Triangle Derby 1. Got a good bunch of matches that are completed up to now. Still a good amount of tournament left, but there is a team that is on the verge of being eliminated. But let's get into it. So first, starting off with the red triangle block, you have one team currently with still 0 points with a record of 0-3. And that's the team of H&M, which is Maya Iwatani, Hanan, and Momo Kogo. But 0-3. They have losses to Gold Ship, Classmates, and Mai Hime with C. So on a 3-match losing streak, it is not looking good for H&M. They're still in it. They're not quite in danger yet, but another loss will put them in danger of being mathematically eliminated. So they really need to start getting going and winning matches. Otherwise, they're going to be eliminated just like that. Okay. We have one team currently sitting at a record of 1-3. So 2 points, 1-3 record. And this is the Bari Bari Bombers, which is Julia, Thekla, and Mai Sakurai. So they have the one victory over Lollipop, but then 3 losses to Rebel and Enemy, Abarenbo GE, and Gold Ship. So, even though they got Julia, the current World of Stardom champion, on there, that trio's team's struggling. They got the one victory, but they've been struggling. They've been really struggling, but they are still very much in this tournament. Okay, and then we have we got one team that is sitting with 3 points with a record of 1-1-1. That's right, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. And that is Queen's Quest, made up of Utami Hayashishita, Saya Kamatani, and Azumi. So they have the 1 win over Lollipop, the 1 loss to Gold Ship, and then the 1 draw with Abarenbo GE. So 1-1-1. But they're still very much in it. But 1-1-1. Queen's Quest. Okay. Then we have 4 teams with 4 points apiece. So 4 teams still looking very strong in the running in the red triangle block. So first up, we got Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, and Saki. They have a record of 2-2, and they're on a 2-match win streak right now. They have the 2 victories over Lollipop and Rebel and Enemy, but 2 losses to Mai Hime with C and Prominence. You know, they got off to a 0-2 start, but then they were able to win 2 matches straight. So they've been able to get a little bit of momentum. Okay. And then we have the 2-1 unique glare, which is Starlight Kid, Ruka, and Haruka Umesaki. Yeah, they're currently 2-1 with victories over Mai Hime with C, Rebel and Enemy, and Prominence. So had a rocky start with the loss to Prominence, but they've won 2 in a row. So they look to continue their momentum. You got Power Passion Pineapple, which is Nene Takahashi, Yu, and Yuna Mizumori. They're 2-0 right now, so still undefeated. They have victories over Classmates and Prominence, so looking very strong. And then we have Club Venus, which is Mina Shirakawa, Zaya Brookside, Mariah May. They have a record of 2-2, so 2 wins, 2 losses. They have the 2 wins over Lollipop and Classmates, and the 2 losses against Abarimbo GE and Prominence. So they won and then they lost, and then they won and then they lost. That's how that sequence went. But like I said, 4 teams right now at 4 points. So it's still very close. Still very close in the red triangle block. And don't sleep on Queen's Quest as well. They have 3 points. They're not that far behind, but don't sleep on them as well. And hopefully Bari Bombers can get some momentum back. They're on a 2-match losing streak, so hopefully they can win their next matchup. And H&M still looking for their first win in this tournament. Okay, switching to the blue block. So for the blue triangle block, we have 1 team right now sitting at 0-4 with 0 points, 0-4, and this team is actually in danger of being mathematically eliminated, and that is Lollipop, which is made up of Waka Tsukiyama, Rina Amakura, and Yuko Sakurai. They're on a 4-match losing streak. They have losses to Club Venus, Bari Bombers, Cosmic Angels, and Queen's Quest. They're in danger. If they lose 1 more match, they are mathematically eliminated. They've already gotten 4 matches, 4 losses. If they lose 1 more match, they're mathematically eliminated. So they better get it together. They better get it together. We have 1 team that is sitting at a record of 1-2, or excuse me, 2 teams actually. 2 teams sitting at 1-2 with 2 points apiece. You have Classmates, which is Hazuki, Koguma, and Saya Ida. They got 1 win over H&M, but 2 losses to Power Passion Pineapple and Club Venus. And then the other 1-2 team is Rebel and Enemy, also at 2 points. That's Ram Kaicho, Maya Yukihi, and Maika Ozaki. Now, they got the 1 victory over Bari Bombers, but they lost 2 straight against Cosmic Angels and Unique Glare. So off to a good start, but then they lost 2 back-to-back. So they're struggling right now. Okay. We have 1 team that has 4 points right now in the blue triangle block with a record of 2-1, and that's Mai Hime with C. That's Micah, Himeka, and Lady C. They have the 2 victories over Cosmic Angels and H&M, but the 1 loss to Unique Glare. So still very much in it. They're actually doing a lot better. They're actually doing a lot better than I thought they would be right now. Right now. that can change, but right now. Not to mention the match against H&M, Lady C got the victory for the team. So thought that was pretty cool. Okay. We have one team sitting with a record of 2-0-1. So they're undefeated, but they have the one tie. So that's 5 points. And that is Abarenbo GE, which is Shuri, Mirai, and Ami Sore of God's Eye. They have the 2 wins over Club Venus and Bari Bari Bombers, but the 1 draw to Queen's Quest. But, right now they're on a 2-match win streak, and, they're still looking very strong, despite starting off with the draw. And then you have 2 teams right now with 6 points at the top. One team has a record of 3-1, which is Prominence, which is Risa Sera, Suzu Suzuki, and Kurumi Hiragi, your current Artists of Stardom champions. They're 3-1. They have the 3 victories over Unique Glare, Cosmic Angels, and Club Venus, but the 1 loss to Power Passion Pineapple. And then the other 6-point team that's currently undefeated at 3-0 and has been looking really strong is Gold Ship. That's Natsuko Tora, Momo Watanabe, and Saki Kashima. 3-0 on a 3-match win streak. They have victories over H&M, Queen's Quest, and Bari Bari Bombers. So, right now, as of now, the top 2 teams in the Blue Triangle block are Gold Ship and Prominence. Both teams have 6 points. But it's still very close, especially with a Barembo GE right behind them with 5 points, and then Maihime with C with 4 points. So, it's still a little close in the Blue Triangle block. But right now, Prominence and Gold Ship are looking to be the 2 strongest teams right now. But a Barembo GE may be the sleeper. But and then Prominence and Lollipop have already gotten in 4 matches so far. The other teams in the Blue Triangle block have gotten in 3 matches. And then going back to the Red Triangle block, Cosmic Angels, Bari Bari Bombers, and Club Venus, those 3 teams have gotten in 4 matches. Power Passion Pineapple's only gotten 2 matches in so far. So I assume they're going to be knocking out some more of their matches soon. But it's getting interesting, that's for sure. It is getting very interesting. So I am definitely looking forward to how the rest of this tournament goes. Okay. So got that out of the way. So there's quite a few events to look forward to upcoming for Stardom. We got Stardom New Blood 7 on the way, January 20th at Takadanobaba in Japan. This is also going to be the show where the New Blood Tag Team Tournament will begin. So they have the card up. I'm just going to do a little mini preview of the card, but it's looking very interesting. So Stardom New Blood 7, January 20th. We got a 3-way battle, the triple threat, between Lady C, Marika Kobashi, and Ruoka. Now, of course, Ruoka from Oedo Tai, Lady C from Queen's Quest. Marika Kobashi I've never seen before, so I'm actually curious to see what she's like. So if any of y'all know Marika Kobashi, let me know. Let me know what you think of her. But yeah, that should be a good match. Next up, you got a singles match between Rina of Oedo Tai and Miran which, if I remember correctly, Miran is from the Diana Joshi Pro Wrestling promotion, and I believe she competed at New Blood 6. Yeah, I believe she competed at New Blood 6. So be interesting to see how this goes. You have the Passion Injection match. Of course, this is a pretty big one, as Cosmic Angels Waka Tsukiyama will take on the legendary Nanae Takahashi, the first ever World of Stardom champion. This could potentially be the turning point for Waka Tsukiyama, who, remember, Tam Nakano gave her a 3-month ultimatum that she has to win a match or else she is out of Cosmic Angels. And Nanae Takahashi sees something in her, and that's what led to this match, this Passion Injection match. That hopefully, even though I don't see Waka winning, hopefully something will set her off in this match. That will be the turning point that will eventually lead to her getting her first victory just in time of the 3-month ultimatum. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll go a little deeper into it when I do the legit preview. And then they're going to start doing some New Blood Tag Title Tournament matches. So we got a match between the team of Starlight Kid and Karma, which is the alter ego of Haruka Umesaki. And they're going to be taking on Club Venus's Mariah May and Zaya Brookside. So this is a round 1 tournament match. We know that Starlight Kid and Karma have teamed up before, so that's nothing new there. So that should be an interesting match. Should be a very interesting match. Get a chance to see Zaya Brookside and Mariah May team up without Mina Shirakawa. So that should be really good. Should be a really good match. Okay, another first round match. You have the team of God's Eyes, Mirai and Tomoka Inaba, taking on stars Hanan and Saya Ida. This is kind of an interesting pairing. I mean, I know Mirai and Tomoka Inaba are in the same faction, but it'll be interesting how those two do in a tag team match. You know, I'm so used to seeing them in maybe like a trios or, you know, an 8-woman tag team match. But it'll be interesting to see how Mirai and Tomoka Inaba do as a tag team. Of course, recently in the Goddess of Stardom Tag League, Tomoka Inaba teamed up with Shuri, and of course, Mirai teamed up with Ami Sourei. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. And of course, Hanan and Saya Ida have teamed up a lot together. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Most definitely. Okay, another round 1 tournament match. We have the team of God's Eyes, Ami Sourei and Nanami, taking on stars as Momo Kogo and Momoka Hanazono. Now, Momoka Hanazono, if I remember, I totally forgot what promotion she was from. I want to say it was Diana, but I could be wrong. But Momo and Momoka teaming up. I feel like this is kind of funny. Definitely an interesting match here. I mean, Ami Sourei teaming with Nanami, who just joined God's Eye. Yeah, that's going to be a very interesting match for sure. I don't really know what side to pick, to be honest with you. Okay, we also have another round 1 tournament match. It's the team of Queen's Quest Hina and Miyu Amasaki, and they're going to be taking on Donna Del Mundo's Mai Sakurai and Chan Yota. So yeah, Chan Yota is back competing in a Stardom ring, and she's in this tournament. So kudos to Rossy Ogawa and Bushiroad for making this happen. You know, despite what happened before with the sponsors and everything like that. It's good to see that she's back and she'll be competing in this tournament. So that's really, really good. And who knows, maybe she'll get past the first round. I don't know, but we'll have to see what happens. But I'm just glad to see that she's, you know, in this tournament and she's able to compete again in the Stardom ring. And then we also, which I assume will be the main event, the future Stardom Championship will be on the line as the champion, Ami Sourei, will defend against challenger Mai Sakurai. Wow, so both ladies are doing double duty at New Blood. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That match is actually January 21st. So that title match is January 21st. Okay, I was about to say. So, okay. But at least we know Mai Sakurai is the next to challenge Ami Sourei for the future Stardom Championship a day after Stardom New Blood. So that ought to be really good. Of course, Ami Sourei just recently had a hard-fought match for the Wonder Stardom Championship. Wasn't able to win it, but she looked really strong. So hopefully she'll continue to hold on to the future Stardom Championship. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's your Stardom New Blood 7 card. Looks pretty solid. And of course, you know, that future Stardom Championship match will be the day after Stardom New Blood. And then they got the card out for Stardom Supreme Fight 2023, which will be in Osaka, Japan. And they got quite a card here for this. Austin Jug, welcome to the stream. Hello, I was wondering, how do you watch Stardom? Oh, I use Stardom World. I pay for it. I have a subscription to Stardom World. But yeah, I've been subscribed to Stardom World for at least about 2 or 3 years now. Oh, yeah, maybe 2.5 years. So yeah, I love it. It could be better as far as how quick they upload their videos, but you know, I'm still hopeful that they eventually will. So February 4th, Stardom Supreme Fight 2023 in Osaka. There is a Triangle Derby match on the card, which will have the team of Unique Glare, which is Starlight Kid, Haruka Umesaki, and Ruoka. And they're going to be taking on classmates Hazuki, Koguma, and Saya Ida. So that should be really good. And I guess they only have one Triangle Derby match on there. Yeah, just one Triangle Derby match on that card. And then we have and also this event, Stardom Supreme Fight 2023, this is also celebrating the 12-year anniversary of Stardom. Yeah, 12 years. So still going strong. They also have a 6-woman tag team match on here as Konami will be returning to reunite with God's Eye as her, Ami Sourei, and Shuri will take on Queen's Quest's Lady C, Azumi, and Utami Hayashishita. So it'll be good to see Konami back with Shuri and the rest of God's Eye. So looking forward to that. We got a special singles match. We got Mirai taking on Big Hash, Chihiro Hashimoto, coming over from Sendai Girls. And that ought to be very, very good. I mean, you know, Mirai is quite the power fighter herself, but Big Hash, you do not want to sleep on Big Hash. She is all about that power. So that should be a very exciting match. And then we got a very special Nainawa Roulette Singles Tournament at this show, which is really interesting. It's going to have 5-minute time limit matches. So 5-minute matches. You win by pinfall, submission, or over the top rope to the floor. If in case of a draw, both wrestlers are eliminated. So 5-minute matches with those rules. If it's a draw, both wrestlers are eliminated, whether it's a time limit draw or double elimination, whatnot. If there's a draw of any sort, both wrestlers are eliminated. So the winner of this tournament has the right to challenge for a belt, which I assume it's for any Stardom belt. They didn't specify which belt. They just said a belt. It's interesting. So the competitors you have are, Jones Racing 79. Welcome to the stream. Pop quiz. Who wins? Buff Bagwell versus Big Papa Pump in a cage match. Not exactly a match I would look forward to watching, but I would probably have to go with Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. Yeah, I mean, cage match would make it interesting, but the matchup itself is kind of interesting. But, Big Papa Pump, I would say. So this singles tournament is gonna have, and they actually have a graphic on here. So the ladies in this tournament are Natsuko Tora, Saki Kashima, Miyu Amasaki, Momoko Hanazono, Momokogo, Natsupoi, Mayu Iwatani, Tam Nakano, Mina Shirakawa, Mariah May, Waka Tsukiyama, Yuna Mizumori, Mai Sakurai, Thekla, and X, mystery wrestler will be added to this tournament as well. So that should be interesting. But whoever wins, they get the challenge for a belt. But I assume it's for any title. That's what I assume. Super Trebo. Hey, sup, Jason? How's it going? All the conspiracy theorists, truth seekers are saying it's going to be Bucks versus Bills. Brady wins his 8th, like the new movie. You're still on that? You're still on that? Really? Their game is not even till tomorrow, and you're still on that? Are you deep down a closet Bucks fan, Super Trebo? Are you deep down a closet Bucks fan? What the heck, man? You gotta let that go. You gotta let that go. Bro, gotta let it go. Bro, gotta let it go. I'm just messing with you. Let's see. We got the Goddess of Stardom tag titles on the line, as 7-Ups, Nanae Takahashi and Yu will defend against the number 1 contenders of Donna Del Mundo, Micah, and Himeka. That should be a hard-hitting match. Pardon me. And after calling her out, after successfully defending the Wonder Stardom Championship against Ami Sourei, Saya Kamatani will defend the title once again in an attempt to break the record for most title defenses, as she will defend against the Black Peach, Momo Watanabe. So that should be really, really good. Really, really good. Saya Kamatani has once again a chance to make history. So hopefully we'll see if she can break the record. And then, of course, the main event for the red belt, the World of Stardom Championship, as Julia, the champion who won at Stardom Dream Queendom 2, dethroning Shuri, will make her very first defense against a very well-known former friend, Prominence's Suzu Suzuki. Whew. And you know that's going to be personal. These two faced each other in the 5-star Grand Prix, ended in a draw. So this is the match to settle it. Should be really good. Austin Jug says, I keep up with it on the Stardom YouTube channel. Yeah, and at least it's nice that the new blood shows they have on YouTube for free. So at least there's that. But the subscription for Stardom World is not too bad. It's like $7 and some change. So it's definitely one of the cheaper priced streaming services. So I don't mind personally. But yeah, so that is your Stardom Supreme Fight 2023 card. Not bad. Not bad at all for celebrating the 12th year anniversary of Stardom. But yeah, that should be really good. Definitely looking forward to both Stardom New Blood 7 and Supreme Fight 2023, as well as them, finishing out the Triangle Derby. That should be really good. Okay, let's switch gears from Stardom to TJPW, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. They kicked off their Max Heart Tournament 3 earlier today. I actually caught up with it a couple of hours ago. But yes, so the way the tournament schedule is, they have the first round and part of the second round today, the 15th of January. They're going to finish up the rest of the second round on January 19th. They're going to do the semifinals on January 29th, and then the finals will be on February 11th. So just to recap the teams that are in this tournament. The teams in this tournament are Reiwa Cannon, or Reiwa AA Cannon, which is Saki Akai and Yuki Arai. Daydream, which is Rika Tatsumi and Miyu Watanabe. 1-2-1 0-0-0-0-0-0, which is Miyu Yamashita, Maki Ito. You got Koraku Kyome, which is Shoko Nakajima and Hyper Misao. You have Free Wi-Fi, which is Hikari Noa and Nao Kakuta. You have the team of Yuki Aino and Raku. You have Daisy Monkey, which is Suzume and Arisu Endo. You have the team of Moka Miyamoto and Juria Nagano. And you have the team of Haruna Neko and Kaya Toribami. And so far, the first round was successfully completed. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Let me just pull this up. Okay, first off, they had Moka Miyamoto versus Juria Nagano, Moka Miyamoto and Juria Nagano versus the Toyo Mates, which was Yuki Kamifuku and Mahiro Kiryu in the first round. And Moka Miyamoto and Juria Nagano are actually my pick to win the whole tournament. I hope they do. I really, really hope they do. But they were able to defeat the Toyo Mates. And they advanced to the second round, and they will actually take on Daisy Monkey, which is Suzume and Arisu Endo, which that team had a first round bye. So that's the second round matchup for that. And then We also had first round matchup Yuki Aino and Raku taking on Reiwa AA Cannon, which is Saki Akai and Yuki Arai, which it was a hard fought match for Yuki Aino and Raku, and they actually looked really good. But the former Princess Tag Team Champions of Reiwa AA Cannon were just too much, and they were able to get the victory and advance to the next round. So in the second round, they will face Daydream, which is Rika Tatsumi and Miyu Watanabe. So that's who they'll face in the second round. Let's see. You also had the second round matchup of Free Wi-Fi, Hikari Noa and Nao Kakuta taking on 121-000-000, which is Miyu Yamashita and Maki Ito, which was the main event. But Miyu Yamashita was able to secure the victory in advance. I was thankful to see that she was able to compete because she recently dealt with a mild concussion after her title match with Yuka Sakazaki. So thankfully she was able to recover from that. But her and Maki Ito make it to the semifinals. So the first round is pretty much in the books. Started on a little bit of the second round. So right now, the second round matchups will be Moka Miyamoto and Juria Nagano versus Daisy Monkey, which is Suzume Arisu Endo. You have Reiwa AA Cannon, which is Saki Akai, Yuki Arai, taking on Daydream, Rika Tatsumi, and Miyu Watanabe, which Daydream had a first round bye. You have also Kyoraku Kyome, which is Shoko Nakajima and Hyper Misao, and they will take on Haruna Neko and Kaya Toribami. So those are your remaining second round matchups. So Maki Ito and Miyu Yamashita will await the winner of Daisy Monkey and Moka Miyamoto, Juria Nagano. So they've punched their ticket to the semis. So January 19th is when they will finish up the rest of the second round. So Miyu Yamashita and Maki Ito kind of have a little break from the tournament, which I'm sure they'll still be competing, but they get a little break from the tournament matches, and they will have their semifinal matchup on the 29th of January. So the tournament's starting off hot, and by February 11th, we will have a champion of this tournament. Should be really good. They usually win trophies, and they usually automatically earn a title shot at the Princess Tag Team Championships, currently held by the Wasteland War Party, which is Max the Impaler and Heidi Howitzer. So something to look forward to there, but should be good. Should be really good. Let's see. So that'll do it for Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. So got those two covered. Let's dig into some WWE, because this was a very interesting week for WWE. Judgment Day ran the tag team gauntlet on Raw and successfully completed said tag team gauntlet. And they ran through a decent handful of teams. I mean, they ran through the OC. They beat the OC. They beat Cedric Alexander's Shelton Benjamin. They beat Alpha Academy. And then they beat the Street Profits. So, dang, 4 strong teams that they just ran through. I don't know if this is going to eventually lead to them getting a unified tag team title shot, but yeah, I don't know. I just really feel like with as strong as they've been looking, I'm sure they're due for some type of title match of some sort. And I'm pretty sure, with them potentially being in line for tag team gold, I could see them using the Freebird rule in future title defenses. But right now, the bloodline's pretty busy, so I don't know if they're gonna get that opportunity because they're busy in another storyline. But I mean, it's something to think about. If it came to that, Judgment Day could pretty much, do the Freebird rule. I mean, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio. So that'll probably happen at some point. That will probably happen at some point. This whole thing with Uncle Howdy and Alexa Bliss is, I'm not going to say it's getting weird, but I feel like it's just going right back to her evil Alexa Bliss with Lily character, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is rinse and repeat all over again. Can't say that I'm really digging it, but I mean, they're giving her something. And then I believe that Bianca Belair is coming up on having the Raw Women's Championship for a whole year, if she hasn't already passed it by now, or maybe she did. Hold on, maybe she did pass it. Hold up. Okay, no, she's at 288 days. Okay, so she still has a little ways to go. And then again, she did win it at WrestleMania. That's right, she did win it at WrestleMania. So she's almost there. Almost there. She'll probably, I don't know, maybe she'll make it and then maybe lose it at WrestleMania. I don't know, but I mean, she'll probably make it to WrestleMania, still the champ, but might lose it at WrestleMania. I don't know, but yeah. Kevin Owens still feuding with the Bloodline, which of course is going to lead to his match at Royal Rumble. Pretty much dealt with the Bloodline easily. Well, after dealing with Baron Corbin. Rhea Ripley beat Candice LeRae, which, like I said, Judgment Day, they're going to keep strong. They're going to keep really strong. That seemed to be the hot faction right now on Raw. Solo Sikoa still undefeated, got a victory over Mr. Ziggles. So I mean, when you think about it, right now the Bloodline and Judgment Day just seem to be the two strongest factions right now. Haven't been slowing down. I feel like Mia Yim, since returning, has been kind of a rocky return. I mean, she loses against Bayley, and I don't know. I just feel like it hasn't been that great of a return for Mia Yim, at least not yet. I mean, joining the OC is nice and all, but I can't really say that her return has been exciting yet. So maybe that'll change, but I can't say that it's really been exciting so far. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I mean, I know she did Survivor Series War Games, and that was nice. That's probably the highlight, the main highlight since she's returned. But anything else, but it is what it is. I just felt like the main showcase on this week's Raw was mainly Judgment Day, and I guess the Bloodline. I would say more so Judgment Day. I mean, they ran the gauntlet. So, NXT New Year's Evil was quite interesting, to say the least. Is it me, or are they turning Tony D'Angelo face? I mean, he had a match with Dijak. You know, he lost, but Stax was going to sacrifice himself for Tony D'Angelo, but Tony D'Angelo's like, you know, we're family. It's weird. Thinking of Tony D'Angelo as a face is just, it looks weird. It looks really weird. So I don't know if I could really get behind it. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I don't know if I can get behind the idea of Tony D'Angelo as the Don of NXT and as a face. I can't see it. I just can't see it. Maybe it's me, but I just can't see it. So not only did we have a tag team gauntlet on Raw, but actually had one on NXT. And Pretty Deadly ran the gauntlet. And you know, there's a couple of names that they hit. They had Andrew Sanofi and Malik Blade. They had them. But then they lost to the Dyad, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. The New Day announced Briggs and Jensen. They came out as well. And then the end, Pretty Deadly did take out the Dyad. They pretty much lasted to the end. And then a surprise return. Mark Coffey, Wolfgang, Gallus returned and were the last team in the gauntlet, and they actually beat Pretty Deadly. Therefore, Gallus are next in line for a shot at the NXT tag team titles currently held by the New Day. So welcome back, Mark Coffey and Wolfgang. I'm pretty sure Joe Coffey, you know, will be back as well. But it was good to see Gallus returns. It was really, really good to see that. You had an interesting finish to the NXT Championship match between Braun Breaker and Grayson Waller, which ended in Grayson Waller getting counted out and just wasn't able to recover and get back in the ring in time. So really kind of a lame finish, but it's setting up the rematch that they're going to have at NXT Vengeance Day. So this time, the rematch will be in a steel cage. So we're going to get a steel cage at NXT Vengeance Day. So I'll be going to that show. So that ought to be really interesting. But yeah, rematch in a steel cage, NXT Championship on the line, Braun Breaker, Grayson Waller. So we got that to look forward to. It was good to see Charlie Dempsey back in action, jacked up Hank Walker. Yeah, messed him up. The most interesting one, though, was Jinder Mahal returned to NXT. That I did not see coming. I did not see that one coming. And, he ended up taking on Julius Creed and defeated Julius Creed. And, they're still continuing to build up for when they face the Creed brothers face into Cher. But Jinder Mahal on NXT, I did not expect that. I did not expect that at all. I mean, a former world champion back on NXT, like, yeah, whatever. And then you have the 20 women number one contender battle royal, which of course, no Saray. And when it came down to it, Alba Fire, Lyra Valkyria, Gigi Dolan, JC Jane were the final four. Was kind of surprised, but it was really cool seeing Alba Fire and Lyra Valkyria in the final four. But when it came down to it, the final two were actually Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. They had to fight it out as the final two. And both ended up getting eliminated at the same time, like both feet hitting the floor. So now this will be a triple threat NXT Women's Championship match at Vengeance Day, as Roxanne Perez will defend the title against both Gigi Dolan and JC Jane of Toxic Attraction. Not exactly the kind of ending I was really banking on, but I mean, hey, I'm down. Not to mention, this is Roxanne Perez's, this is her first title defense. Wow. This is her first title defense in the form of a triple threat. Jeez. That's kind of crazy. But that's what happens sometimes, I guess. But yeah. Triple threat. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Let's see. So that was NXT New Year's Evil. And like I said, NXT Vengeance Day will be in my home state, Charlotte, North Carolina, at the Spectrum Center on February 4th. Me, my dad, some friends will be going to that. So looking forward to it. SmackDown, I have to say, Intercontinental Championship match between Gunther and Braun Strowman was actually pretty entertaining. For two big guys really going at it, I felt like this match was very entertaining. It went back and forth, and it actually looked like Braun could have possibly won. It really did. It looked like he could have won. But, and you know what? Even though the rest of Imperium tried to, interfere, Braun still held his own, still did his thing. It just wasn't quite enough, as Gunther was able to eventually powerbomb Braun Strowman and pick up the victory, and is still your WWE Intercontinental Champion. And to be honest, with that happening, honestly, there's no telling who would be the most suitable to dethrone Gunther for that title. And I'm not against him having a long championship run as well. I'm not against that. But yeah, there's no telling how long he's gonna have that title. You had the segment with Rey Mysterio and Karrion Kross, so their feuding is going to lead to a match. Will be quite a test for Rey Mysterio. That should be really interesting. You had Tegan Nox versus Xia Li. Both those ladies going at it. I wish that match could have been longer. I really wish it could have been longer. But at least they got a chance to get showcased and have a match. So I know for the longest time my big complaint was with Xia Li. Give her a freaking match. So at least they've been giving her TV time and have been giving her matches. So that makes me feel better. Bray Wyatt had a promo, sat in his old rocking chair. So I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty much promo build up for his pitch black match with LA Knight at Royal Rumble. You also, let me tell you, the backstage segment with Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, that slap. That slap. Oh my God, that slap. Liv slapped the mess out of Raquel. I went and had my palm read and said, "Bye-yow." I mean, she got all that slap. Now, of course, she did pay for it in a match later when she lost to Raquel Rodriguez, but still, she slapped the mess out of Raquel. That was a slap. That was a slap. You also had Sonya Deville and Charlotte Flair feuding backstage, which I don't know what the heck Charlotte Flair was wearing. That pink bodysuit. That looked weird. Had on like a pink bodysuit. Like, Charlotte, what the heck is that? I mean, that was weird. That was really weird. And then the main event was Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, which, the word was from Paul Heyman that Sami Zayn was to win this match on his own without the help of the Usos or, Solo Sikoa or even Roman Reigns. But, of course, what ended up happening, they came out anyway. Sami looked kind of disturbed / disappointed that they came to his aid, but, I mean, we all knew that was going to happen. So, that's what they do. But, just more and more build up to when this thing is finally going to explode and they're going to turn on Sami Zayn, the bloodline. It's coming. It's coming. It's only a matter of time, but it's coming. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. But yeah, pretty interesting week for WWE. I know the whole thing. So thankfully, it sounds like the whole sale of WWE to Saudi Arabia looks like was just mainly a rumor, but it was something that definitely it looked like a lot of folks were against. So doesn't look like that's happening. But word is that Comcast have put down an offer. I don't know the details, but the word is that Comcast has put down their offer, and it's a pretty big one. Which, I mean, I would have thought Comcast would be in the running, being that, Comcast, NBC Universal, and they have Peacock. I mean, I would think they would probably be in the running the most. But like I said, I hope it ends up just landing into the right hands. You know what I mean? I would never want to wish any company to, go under, but I just want it to be hopefully in the right hands. that'll actually keep it going and help make the product better. You know what I mean? But if you ask me, I think in some way, shape, or form, Vince is not going to be so easy to do so unless a McMahon name is on it, which would mean he would be in on it. Because even if his share is sold, I'm pretty sure he'll still end up being in charge some way, somehow, especially, as the chairman, the executive chairman. So it's all just weird, really, really weird. Also, I just learned that due to multiple injuries, former NXT UK star Jenny, the fashionista, had announced her retirement via social media. She announced her retirement. Was pretty bummed. I was really hoping for a return of the fashionista. I liked her. I thought she was a great wrestler, a great heel. I loved her heel gimmick. But yeah, I was hoping she would have at least one run with the NXT UK Women's Championship, but it never happened. But she had some great matches, especially when I first saw her through the Mae Young Classic. Oh, I thought she had some great matches. But yeah, unfortunately, she announced her retirement. But I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, you got to. Your health comes first. Matter of fact, how old was she? 35. 35. I mean, yeah, not a bad time to retire, but yeah. And as a matter of fact, her last match on NXT UK, she got a victory over a male. So I mean, at least there's that. And of course, she's married to Gunther. That's Gunther's wife. But she finishes as she did a lot of Progress Wrestling shows. She was a 2-time Progress Wrestling Women's Champion. She's also wrestled in Rev Pro, was a 1-time Rev Pro British Women's Champion, and won the title tournament for it. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I mean, she did her thing. She did her thing in the UK. I can dig that. She did her thing in the UK. But definitely gonna miss her. I enjoyed her. I liked her style. I liked her gimmick. Jenny, the fashionista. So gonna miss her in the ring. But who knows? Maybe she'll make appearances. Maybe she could be a valet for Gunther. Probably not. But I mean, it would just be good to see her in any sort of capacity, even outside of the ring, But it's all good. It is what it is. And then AEW. AEW had some really, really interesting events that went down. Dynamite. You had Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page, and Hangman got his revenge. Got his revenge in a big way to hit the Mox with a buckshot lariat that sent him loopy. Sent him loopy. And pretty much, I'm pretty sure with the way that it happened, this might lead to Moxley finally taking the time off. I mean, after the match, he was wondering where he was at. And, they had to help him out. So my guess is that this is possibly an angle where Mox is going to take time off. I think this could be how they write him off. And you have to remember, if I remember correctly, this is only Mox's 3rd loss ever in his AEW career. 2nd or 3rd? I think it's 3rd. But yeah, third. Actually, yeah, it's third. Third. This was only his third loss in his AEW career. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. But yeah, the dude definitely deserves some time off. He really deserves some time off. And then the big surprise of Dynamite, a returning Adam Cole, baby. That's right. He came back, got on the mic, talked to the fans, was very thankful for all the love that he got as he was recovering. Like I said, those head injuries, those concussions are no joke. And, it's just good to see that he's back. Not only that, he is back. And I thought it was really cool how he was like, this is a good news, bad news situation. Talk about the good news. And then the bad news, well, the bad news isn't for me, but for the rest of the AEW locker room. So I thought that was done really well. But it's so good to have Adam Cole back. I felt that return. I really felt that return. Adam Cole, I've met before back at an Evolve show as well as an NXT show. One of the coolest, chillest wrestlers I've ever met. Loves his fans. And it was so emotional seeing his return and that fire of a promo. And you know what? I can't wait to see him back in the ring. And I really hope that he does have a AEW championship title run in his future. So definitely welcome back, Adam Cole. I can't wait to see him get back to work. Can't wait to see him get back to work. Looking forward to it. You had Jungle Hook taking on, of course, Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. And I have to say, it happened. It actually happened as Hook was able to T-bone suplex Big Bill. I think we all figured it was coming. So I just was really glad they pulled it off. And not only that, Jungle Hook got the victory as Jungle Boy hooked, no pun intended, Lee Moriarty into the snare trap, got a tap out victory. So I think we'll be seeing more of Jungle Hook. I think we're definitely going to be seeing more of them together. And then the big banger. Well, we had Bryan Danielson versus Konosuke Takeshita, but I have to say, when MJF got on the mic and, of course, was dissing Takeshita, which he did fire back, so I thought that was pretty cool. But I've seen, like, on social media, there's a good handful of people that enjoyed that, but then there was a good handful of people that wasn't really feeling that diss from MJF to Takeshita. Thought it was maybe too simple, maybe not creative enough. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe that was probably the best he could do. But, I mean, it is what it is. I thought it was a pretty funny segment, but I mean, I guess I could kind of understand what they were going for with this promo, with this segment. But I mean, yeah, that's all I can really say about that. But as far as the match, Bryan Danielson, Konosuke Takeshita, phenomenal match. Really, really phenomenal match. And even Daniel Bryan took to social media to really talk about how much he loved and enjoyed his match with Takeshita and how hard he hits. And he even endorsed that he's going to be somebody special. He's going to be a champion. And who knows, y'all, Takeshita will probably be a champion before the end of this year. I think it's going to happen, whether it's maybe the TNT title first or the All Atlantic title first, or they may just fast track him to the AEW World Championship. We'll see, but I really feel like he's going to be a singles champion before the end of this year. It's only a matter of time. But wasn't quite able to get the victory over Bryan Danielson. Hard-fought match, but Bryan Danielson did get the submission victory, the label lock. And who knows? They may continue to tease Don Callis and Takeshita together. Maybe that'll actually happen. You know? I mean, you had the women's tag team match, of course. Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, against Saraya and Toni Storm, which later in the match, Sheeta came down to join ringside, and Sheeta went to slide in the kendo stick, which she pretty much slid it down the middle, but Britt Baker was able to grab it, crack Toni Storm, and then Jamie Hayter hit Toni Storm with a Haterade to get the victory for her team. And honestly, I was a little disappointed. I was a little disappointed at how they did this with Sheeta. It's like she's making it look like, oh my God, I made a mistake. But it's like, really, y'all? I mean, you had the segment last week of how she didn't get chosen to be Saraya's partner. Didn't even get a chance to speak in that interview. And this is how they do that. Like, just have her slide in the kendo stick. And it's like, oh my God, I made a mistake. No. Like, that just looked dumb. That looked really dumb. I'm like, let Sheeta go full on heel. I mean, we already know it's coming, and this will be her first heel turn in AEW specifically. But it's like, let Sheeta turn heel. Not this, oh my God, I made a mistake. Let her turn heel. The way they did that was dumb, if you ask me. The way they did that was dumb. The whole kendo stick segment, I thought that was dumb. I mean, she got dissed in the interview segment last week, and Saraya picked Toni Storm to be her partner. Sheeta couldn't even get a word in and just got straight up dissed. So I just feel like the way they did that was really bad. I'm like, just pull the trigger. Do the heel turn. Oh my God, I made a mistake. Like, I mean, kudos to Sheeta for her acting, but really? And then a lot of people were looking forward to it, but no Mercedes Moné. Which, I mean, I'm not too mad about that, but just that kendo stick spot was just dumb. Oh, hey, what's up, John Elite? That kendo stick spot was bad indeed. Oh, agreed. Definitely agreed. Like, it'll be interesting to see how they follow that up. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have a segment where Sheeta is going to get approached by Saraya, or, Saraya and Toni Storm, and then just they really dropped the ball with that one. They really did. Then they had the JAS all badly dressed. Had the JAS, had Ricky Starks, and even had Action Andretti. And it looks like this led to a challenge going to have a match between Jake Hager and Ricky Starks, which that should be really good. That should be really good. But yes, I agree. The hat thing is stupid with Jake Hager. The hat thing is stupid. Oh, John Elite says, correct me if I'm wrong, but was Fallon Henley in AEW under the name Tesha Price? Yes. Yep. Same person. You are correct. Same person. Good call. But yeah, so I guess that'll be interesting. Ricky Starks versus Jake Hager on the next Dynamite. That should be interesting, I guess. And then of course the main event. The main event came down to match 7 of the best of 7 AEW World Trios Championship Series. The Elite and Death Triangle. And of course, you know, anything goes. It was all on the line. Ladder match. All 3 belts suspended. John Lee says, I can't believe we're in 2023 and bucket hats are still a thing. I mean, I guess I don't mind. I mean, I don't wear hats personally. Just, I don't know. Jake Hager with a bucket hat just doesn't do it for me. But I mean, maybe, you know, with the right people, it could work. But I can't say too much. I don't wear hats, so I can't really say much. But what a main event. The Elite and Death Triangle. I mean, just, it was crazy. Really, really crazy. I mean, a one-winged angel, like, off the ladder. Wow. Like, we saw all sorts of crazy spots in this match, as usual. But, I mean, holy crap. We even saw Fear Factor done on a ladder. I was just like, geez, they are pulling all the stops out. Which, hey, match 7, game 7, match 7. You know, this is the deciding one. And they ended up putting the titles right back on the Elite. So the Elite are now 2-time AEW World Trios champions. I mean, I know some people weren't a fan of the call. I didn't mind personally, but I don't know. Like, it would have been nice for Death Triangle to have more of a run where they actually defended these titles, like against a handful of trios teams. I mean, just like I said, I already in the original idea of a best of 7, I wasn't really for, because it's like, dang, like, can we let them defend the titles and actually have a run? Not any of this best of 7 crap, but I mean, they're going to put on banger matches. So the chemistry's there. I mean, it is what it is, but just, well, at least the matches were great. That's all I can say. John Elite says, and Kenny is the second double champ with the Trios title and IWGP United States Championship. Yeah. And see, I talked with some friends, and I totally get it. I still personally felt like Will Ospreay should have won that match. I really felt like he should have won that match. But, I mean, it's Kenny Omega. He'll probably, maybe he'll defend the U.S. title on AEW, but I still feel to this day, Will Ospreay should have won that match. I really do. I really felt like he should have won that match. But it is what it is. Darby Allin. Darby Allin had another successful TNT Championship title defense against Rock Hard Juice Robinson on Rampage. Thought that was really good. It's really good to see Juice Robinson get showcased quite a bit in AEW. So really, really happy to see that. And of course, Sting came out after the match, had a moment to celebrate with Darby Allin. So that was really cool. If you ask me, the segment with the Acclaim and the Gun Club with their butts in the cement, I gotta be honest, I don't think it was that good. I don't think it was that good. I don't think it was that good, personally. I mean, maybe others liked it, but I didn't think it was that good. I really didn't. So, I don't know. It is what it is. John Lee says, is Juice still part of the Bullet Club now that he's been on AEW for a few months now? Yeah, he's still in Bullet Club. Oh, yeah. Yep, he is definitely still in Bullet Club, for sure. Oh, yeah. You had Eddie Kingston and Ortiz taking on House of Black, which, I mean, got to give kudos to Julia Hart on the acting. Thought she did great on the acting, being all scared about getting hit. So thought the acting was really great. But Brody King, Malachi Black, still was able to get the job done. And apparently Malachi Black told Ortiz, you did good. Weird. Really, really weird. But I have to say that was I don't really know where they're going with this whole angle with House of Black and Eddie Kingston. I don't know. We'll have to see. I really don't know where they're going with this. I don't know where they're going with this. Golden Globe Award winner, Mr. Paul Walter Hauser, Stingray, had that segment, and of course, it all came crashing down with Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt, Mr. Pencil Man, and Jeff Jarrett, and of course, best friends Orange Cassidy come to his aid. That was pretty wild. Looked like Jay Lethal was going to bust up the Golden Globe Award, but, of course, Orange Cassidy, best friends for the save. So, yeah, it was an okay segment. Where are we going with this Book of Hobbs stuff? You know what? That's a good question. That is a good question. I mean, we're getting these random segments. I mean, maybe there's some more buildup and whatnot, but there's no telling. There is really no telling. But I'm sure it's going to eventually lead to him probably going after either Orange Cassidy or Darby Allin. That's what I'm thinking. What is Jeff Jarrett's role backstage? I don't know for sure. If I remember correctly, I don't know if it's like, part producer role or some it's some sort of specific role. Oh, as a matter of fact, I got it for you. He is AEW's director of business development, John Elite. So, director of business development. That's what Jeff Jarrett is with AEW, besides wrestler. Director of business development for AEW. Got you covered. But yeah, it's a mouthful there. But interesting. Really, really interesting. The main event of Rampage. The ladies street fight. Willow Nightingale, Ruby Soho taking on TJ. This match was good and bad. Ruby Soho got jacked up. Ruby Soho, I mean, she must have watched a bunch of Great Muda's matches and got a taste of the Muda scale, because oh my God, Ruby Soho's face had a supreme bloody crimson mask. I mean, and it was a pretty big gash. I mean, she got gashed up. I mean, just, whoo, man. Ruby Soho got jacked up. And Willow Nightingale went to powerbomb Anna Jay off the stage and through a table, only she jumped too far to the point where she fell butt first through the table, and Anna Jay hit flat stage floor. Like, I was honestly concerned for Anna Jay with that spot, because I was like, oh man, Willow jumped too far. She jumped way too far. So I was hoping she would be all right. But yeah, John Lee, Ruby was a bloody mess, and literally. Yeah. You ain't lying there. Kevin, welcome to the stream. Hello, did you watch the Jaguars game last week? Wasn't that one of the best playoff games ever? Unbelievable comeback from Trevor Lawrence, 4 interceptions and 4 touchdowns. Unfortunately, I only saw highlights because I was in Concord for a pro wrestling event. So I actually looked up highlights this afternoon. So I looked back at the highlights. But yes, very impressive. Very impressive. John Lee says Anna Shirley could have gotten a concussion. Yeah, that, maybe like a back injury or whatnot. Like, I mean, I couldn't tell if there was cushioning at the bottom. I don't think there was. It's still kind of dark. But, I mean, seeing Willow completely, like, jump too far to the point where she landed butt first through the table, I was just like, oh, man. I hope she's all right. And, same thing with Ruby Soho, but I mean, it was one heck of a match, but it definitely came with its botches. Definitely came with its botches. And I hope all 4 ladies are all right, but oh man, I really felt for Ruby Soho and Anna Jay. Just goodness gracious. Like, I mean, it was just flat out nasty. Especially Ruby Soho's face. But, oh man. rest up, heal up, all of the above. That's all I can really say. That's all I can really say. But yeah, definitely interesting weeks for WWE and AEW. I have to see how the situation with this supposed sale comes up. And if I remember correctly, I believe Stephanie McMahon recently got surgery. I think foot surgery. Hold up. I think she posted on her Twitter. Yeah, she got some sort of ankle, I guess ankle surgery. And she's starting rehab. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Stephanie McMahon, but she's in a big leg cast, and then her ankle's all wrapped up. I don't know what the heck happened, but yeah, jeez. Well, wishing her a speedy recovery. I mean, I know it's been kind of crazy with WWE with all the stuff that's developed, but yeah. But when it comes down to it, this week, Royal Rumble is in 2 weeks, and I am not hyped. Is anybody hyped for the Royal Rumble? Seriously, in all seriousness, I'm not hyped. I'm really not hyped for it. Like, there really hasn't anything to just be like, yeah, hasn't really caught my attention that much. Was the surgery the reason why Steph resigned? I don't know for sure. Could be a possible. But I mean, maybe part of it, John Elite. I think maybe part of it. But we have to also remember she was going to take a leave of absence before and had to be brought back. So that's the only thing with that. But I think if it is only part of it, but that's my best guess. But hope she recovers ASAP. Gotta take care of your health first. But I mean, yeah, other than the men and women's Royal Rumble matches, the pitch black match and the Undisputed Universal Championship match, that's all they have for Royal Rumble right now. I mean, shoot. Are any of the women going to defend their titles? No Charlotte, no Bianca. Like, I guess they're just going to put all of their energy into both Royal Rumble matches, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, John Elite says, what I don't understand with the Rumble is why some people can declare for the Rumble while others have to qualify in order to be in a Rumble. That is an extremely good question. I wish I knew. But that is a phenomenal question, John Elite, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. For sure, it doesn't make sense. But, I mean, hey. Nowadays, That tends to happen in WWE where you can just walk up. I mean, Charlotte did it. Rhea Ripley did it. You can just walk up and be like, I want a title shot. I did nothing to earn it, but I want a title shot now. You know, got so many people just walking up demanding title shots and just getting them. Didn't do anything to earn them. Didn't do jack. John Elite says the Rumble last year was disappointing regarding the women, especially with Mickie James. I mean, there was really nothing special that really stood out to me so much with last year's Royal Rumble, to be honest with you. But, I mean, I feel like part of me feels like they're keeping so much hush-hush that maybe we're going to get some banger surprises at Royal Rumble. Because other than some folks declaring for the Royal Rumble, you haven't really heard a whole lot of talk about the Royal Rumble. At least, from what I'm seeing. So, I mean, I guess they're banking on, like, these two Royal Rumble matches, like, just hopefully hitting home runs. But, yeah, I'm trying to get hyped. I'm trying to get hyped for the Royal Rumble, and I'm struggling trying to get hyped for the Royal Rumble. Oh, man. Because, I mean, last year's winners were Bianca Belair. Or, excuse me, last year's winners were Ronda Rousey and Brock Lesnar. So, I mean, even last year's winners were kind of like, or kind of lackluster. You know what I mean? But, shoot, I felt like 2021's Royal Rumble was better. But, John Lee says, do you think we'll get any Forbidden Door entrants in 2 weeks? To be honest with you, maybe one. And I say that loosely. Maybe one Forbidden Door entrant. Maybe one. I don't know who, but the most I could see is maybe one. Last year's Rumble was a UFC takeover, pretty much. And I mean, just and I mean, when you think about it, last year's Royal Rumble, I mean, I guess I don't know if this was really a surprise. I mean, because we kind of knew Mickie James was going to be in the Royal Rumble. But I mean, it was good to see. It was good to see Lita and Mighty Molly. I guess Alicia Fox was kind of a surprise. The Bellas, Ivory was nice. It was cool seeing Ivory, even though she didn't last. I mean, and Johnny Knoxville last year was just stupid. Bad Bunny was pretty nice, but And Shane McMahon just seemed kind of crazy. Kevin says, wow, I watched that match. Geez, why was her face bleeding so badly? Because she got gashed up. Badly gashed up. Hope she is okay. Me too. And who got the concussion? So Anna Jay could possibly have one because she took a power bomb off the stage. She was supposed to be power bombed through a table, but Willow jumped too far to where Willow went through the table and Anna Jay went to straight ground instead of through the table. And like I said, my only hope is that there was padding down there, like off of the stage. Because if not, if not, then she might be in pretty bad shape. But I hope that's not the case. I really hope that's not the case. But yeah, just, I don't know. I'm hopeful. I guess I'm hopeful that Royal Rumble can do something. Just do something. Surprises, something crazy happening, just something. That's all I want. But I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my hardest to get hyped for the Royal Rumble. It's not going to be easy, though. It's not going to be easy. But anyway, that's pretty much all that I have for this pro wrestling talk. I know that we got a lot coming up this week. Stardom New Blood 7. We got the Great Muta Final Bye-Bye. We got that. So we got a lot to look forward to this week. John Lee says, in the past decade, who was the last NXT call-up to not be treated like a joke? Probably Rhea Ripley. I mean, she got called up, instantly got a title shot for the Raw Women's title, beat Asuka at WrestleMania. That was in 2021. No, 2020. 2020. Yeah. Or actually, no, that was 2021. But yeah. Rose up and beat Asuka for the title. So yeah, I would say Rhea Ripley. Yeah, to be fair, Rhea Ripley. Was there a particular name you were thinking of, John Elite? But yeah, I would say Rhea Ripley. Now, as far as before Rhea Ripley, oof. Now that's a tough one to call. That's a really tough one to call. Yeah, that one I don't know. But that would be my best guess. But yeah. Before Rhea, KO, and Sammy. Before Rhea, KO, and Sammy. Ooh. You know what? You know what? I actually came across a list. The 6 best and 6 worst NXT call-ups. Best, Charlotte Flair. Agreed. Worst, Nia Jax. Ooh. Best, Sasha Banks. Agreed. Worst, The Ascension. Oh, man, they had a trash call-up. Oh, man, they should have never been called up, if you ask me. Best, Bray Wyatt. Yeah, I guess. Worst, Karrion Kross. Agreed. Best, Becky Lynch. Worst, the Vaudevillains. Oh, Lord. Yeah, the Vaudevillains, their call-up was pretty bad. Best, Matt Riddle. Yeah. Worst, Lars Sullivan. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He had no chance on the main roster. Best, Alexa Bliss. Worst, Keith Lee. Yep, his main roster call-up was trash. But yeah, those 6 best and 6 worst. So is Stevie Turner's new gimmick on NXT supposed to be a streamer or gamer? I mean, I didn't really see it as that much of a difference to the gimmick that she had on NXT UK, that whole 4D gimmick. I don't see it as too much of a difference. Oh, Did Dream ever get called up? Nope, because remember he didn't have a lot of activity, and then he had the nasty scandal. But no, he never got called up. No, he never got called up. But yeah, his last match was December 23rd of 2021. Oh no, December 23rd of 2020, I'm sorry, where he lost to Adam Cole. Last I heard about Dream, he got arrested. Yeah, twice, actually. As a matter of fact, says he got arrested on charges of battery and trespassing. And then 6 days later for drugs. But apparently the battery and trespassing were dropped. Those charges were dropped. So, yeah, he's dealt with some legal issues for sure. But, yeah, I feel like he just, yeah. And I'm not so sure he would have thrived on the main roster, to be honest with you. But I could be wrong. But I don't think he would have thrived on the main roster. And Dream's last match was also when Undisputed Era was still a thing. Correct. But yeah. Also, one last thing with the call-ups, said Bobby Roodes. Bobby Roodes was pretty bad. American Alpha was pretty bad, especially after they became champs. but just afterwards, it just went for them. Of course, we said the Ascension. Rusev, yeah, I mean, FTR, yeah. Honestly, I felt like FTR on the main roster, yeah. Feel like they were more ruined than successful. I don't know. I just feel like after they got out of NXT, I didn't think it was going to be the same for them. And it hurts because, they're North Carolinians just like me. But yeah, FTR, the Revival, yeah. I like their match with DIY and NXT. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. They were killing it in NXT for sure. For sure. But yeah, like I just really it's like I said, going back to the whole WWE sale thing, like I really hope that wherever it goes, I just hope it goes into the right hands. I just hope it goes into the right hands. John Lee says, what have Authors of Pain been doing since their release? It's funny you ask that because they actually launched their own pro wrestling promotion, John Lee. They have their own pro wrestling promotion, WES, Wrestling Entertainment Series. And they are known as the Legion of Pain. But yep, they started their own pro wrestling promotion, Wrestling Entertainment Series. I don't really know much about it, but apparently they formed it May of last year. I remember because somebody told me about it long while ago. But yeah, they have their own pro wrestling promotion. I would have never thought of that happening, but I mean, it's good that they're able to, to continue their career, and they have a let me see if there's a site, or maybe they have a Twitter account or whatnot. You know what? Let me check right quick. Oh yeah, they got a website. Doesn't seem like much. And they got a Twitter page. But yeah, they got a Twitter page, but hasn't really been updated. Oh, so they last had to cancel some events. Wow. It's kind of a bummer because they actually had certain people booked, like Killian Dane and Mojo Rawley, No Way Jose, Eric Young. They even had a Kalisto and Lindsay Dorado on there for a bit. Moose. Persia Parada. Even Nia Jackson, Cain Velasquez. Or no, not Cain Velasquez. That's yeah, I don't know who that is. Actually, I think that's Alistair Overeem. I think that's who that is. Yeah, weird. Really, really weird. But yeah, show got canceled. So I don't really know if they've done anything else. But their website hadn't been updated in a while. And they do have a YouTube channel, WES Official TV, only 85 subscribers. But yeah, it looks like they had a show prepped in July last year, but didn't. But it got canceled. I remember seeing Mojo in that terrible Snake Eyes movie. Oh, really? Interesting. I said the wrong name, John Lee. I thought it was Cain Velasquez, but no, it was Alistair Overeem. I said the wrong name, so that's my fault on that. But yeah, Alistair Overeem. And they had to refund everybody. Oh man, looks like potentially a situation where folks weren't paid or were going to be paid but didn't get paid. Or wow. Well, I guess it didn't go too well. It seems. Seems like it didn't go too well. So, well, sucks that happened. Well, that's quite a shame. Quite a shame. What is it with WWE wrestlers getting some new generic music? Oh yeah, the music has been pretty bad. Has been pretty bad for a while now. Like change Charlotte's music. Shoot, I like Riddle's old music, Shayna's music. Like, yeah, a lot of the music's pretty bad now. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. So I agree with you. I definitely agree. But, oh man. Their music from CFOX is way better than the new ones. Oh yeah, absolutely. They had a handful of great music for sure. So I definitely agree on that. Shoot. I still miss hearing Finn Balor's old theme. But now it's all about Judgment Day. So Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I got for tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna get here and chill, try to figure out the next moves. But interesting week. We'll have to see what this week brings. At least Priest has a remix of his old music. Which is true. Which is definitely true. Rhea has an interesting mix as well. But yeah, about to see what this week brings. I'll be back. I'll be in Concord this coming Friday for GCW Don't Talk to Me. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I got to get caught up on the Great Muda's last show, the big Great Muda Bye-Bye show at Pro Wrestling Noah, where Darby Allin and Sting are going to be there. Got Stardom New Blood 7. So quite a lot to check out this week. A whole lot to check out. But I want to thank everybody for coming out, for chatting it up with me. It's always good doing these. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see how things go this week. But for another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed week. Happy MLK Day, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.